Next up in the installation, you have to go ahead and remove your power steering lines from your reservoir, okay? So mine unfortunately have been modified, so they're actually a little bit different than what you will have. When you go ahead and remove them, it's going to be facing the different direction. We're just kind of giving you the visual so that you have an idea of what you're supposed to do. But when you remove them, it's going to be adding Pentosan CHF 202. All right, let's go ahead and do that. All right, when you are going to actually take off your lines, you want to uncap the reservoir so that it can actually bleed properly. So Moody is down below, and he is going to actually undo the line here. Here's some drainage.
Oh, it drained onto my arm, all right.
Oh, yeah. Fun times.
Oh, yeah. You gotta be not afraid of these fluids, folks.
Yeah. You're going to get dirty.
Oh, yeah.
But it'll be so worth it for that sweet turbo music.
Don't worry, it'll keep draining. It'll take a while.
All right, next up, we need to take off these hoses. And right now, obviously, we have disconnected our reservoir, so it's just kind of dangling everywhere. So you guys, obviously, you're probably, when you have disconnected yours, you'll see that your bracket looks different than ours. It's because you're going to need to do some bracket modifications. Right, so let's go ahead and pull these back and get this off. All right.
So the next step of the prep before you put your intercooler piping and your hot side piping in is your washer fluid relocation kit. As we've talked about before, you're going to have to drop the washer fluid reservoir from the bottom or take it out or cut it out, however you feel. And in your kit is this washer fluid relocation, this reservoir, and you get 2 self-tapping screws with it. On top of that, you're getting some hose for your washer fluid nozzle, and Performance Unleashed is partnering up with Remnant Performance. Just like we did with the gauges, we're providing every kit with a washer fluid pump harness extension. So this plugs into the connector for your washer pump, the OEM one. It's right here, this connector. And we're routing it all the way back to this harness, or to this reservoir. You have to pardon me, English is not my strong suit right now. So, what you're going to need to do is take the washer pump from your OEM harness, or your OEM reservoir, and the grommet that comes with that washer, or that pump. You're going to stick the grommet in this bottom hole, right here. You're going to find it's very snug, and it's going to fit with a lot of pressure, so you're going to have to work it in. And you want to make sure that it sits flush, like this, in the end. The pump fits inside this grommet very snugly as well. And as you can see, it's holding up the weight of this tank. Orientation of the pump has to be towards the driver's side headlight. Okay, that's where the connector is going. This connector has to face the driver's side headlight, so somewhere around this. You're going to take your harness. You're going to put this right around here. I'm not going to install it yet. You're going to take your washer pump harness, connect it to the OEM one, female to male, right? How it normally goes. And you're going to basically zip tie it to your fan shroud harness, like so. One around here and one around here. And then you're going to run it alongside your temperature and pressure sensor gauges. Under the intake manifold, right here, like this. Right. So pretend these are zip tied. This goes here, right around the other harnesses. And then you're going to run it here and connect it. It's going to be a pain if you install the washer fluid reservoir and then try to connect it. And this will not come out as long as you heard that click. Otherwise, it's not connected properly. So now, you're going to drop this reservoir right around here. We've already drilled these holes because we had to test fab everything and make sure that it fit. But you're going to take the self-tapping screws that we talked about, and once you line this up, you're going to hold it like this. You're going to grab a Sharpie, and you're going to mark the holes that you're going to start the screws in. And like I said, these are self-tapping, so they start themselves, and they're a 10mm socket. So you're going to get your impact gun, just for demonstration purposes. You're going to push it where it needs to go, right there, and you're going to start it. It's going to take a while to actually bite in, but once it does, you'll be fine. So once it starts creating the thread and it starts biting, take it right out, put it in the washer reservoir, line it up to where the hole is, and just walk it in a little bit. You're going to do the same thing for the other one as well, so that you ensure that, one, the screws don't fall out, two, you're putting them where they're supposed to go, and three, everything basically fits snug. And those brackets for the washer reservoir will mold to fit on the firewall. And as you can see, this reservoir is going nowhere. Right? So the harness is right here. The last thing you're going to do is you're going to connect your washer nozzle hose to the pump. And this is something that you should probably connect before you install this as well. However, I didn't really think about that. It's not that hard because I can feel the nipple right now. But basically, you're just going to push that in. There's not much pressure in this line, so it's not going to pop off, when you're actuating your washer nozzle. Good? All right. So once it's routed, what you're going to do is you're going to run this line up here, and it wouldn't hurt to just basically have it tucked away here under the cowl, like this, right here. And so here is the line, this one right here is the line from the original washer fluid reservoir to the sprayer nozzle. You're just going to pull this line out, right here. You're going to pull it out, and you're going to leave this right here. And you're going to turn this around, put this line to it, like that, and then spin this bracket around so that this line sits like that now. Once that's tucked away, you're all set. And you're going to want to make sure that this line doesn't just flop around everywhere. So, once again, zip tie it to this right here and to the harness, like that. And you're all set. That's your washer fluid reservoir. And once again, all you have to do is just take this off, fill it up, right there. And you will have enough space just by gently lifting it up. And of course, if you fit it right, you're going to have a lot more space than we do. But this is just a demonstration to show you that this will fit. It won't go anywhere, and it's not hitting anything. You have enough clearance everywhere. And once again, like I said, zip tie, zip tie, zip tie, so that the harness doesn't hit anything. However, just for your safety and just for your own peace of mind, these pet sleeves that we designed for you are rated up to 600 or 800 degrees Fahrenheit continuous heat. They're chemical resistant, they're splash resistant, and they're abrasion resistant, meaning if you try to scrape something against them, they won't fray easily and they won't get damaged. If they do, send us a message. We'll happily send you another one and repair it.